Alright, Deathstroke the Destroyer from the Batman line. Little 4-inch line of figures, and they're just kind of fun. I mean, they got better articulation than the Star Wars figures that are out right now, for the most part, so that's one thing they have going for them. But, yeah, I don't buy a whole lot of random Batman stuff. Just every once in a while I'll see a character that I like. Would like to get the Azrael Batman with the red wings, but I got the one with the blue wings right there. Just a little comparison. I got the DC Universe Classics. Deathstroke will show a little later too with him, and then yeah, so it looks like he comes with a giant, oversized pair of weapons. Cool little shoulder armor and everything on there. Little cartoon on the back. He's the Destroyer, so of course I will destroy you. And yeah, Deathstroke was sent on an evil mission to attack a group of ninjas in what is normally a serene village, but he didn't count on interrupting Batman's ninja training. Wow, that totally explains everything then. Alright, so let's get this guy open and see what he's like. Alright, so from the Batman line, we got Destroyer Deathstroke out of the packaging here. He looks pretty cool. He has like a nice metallic blue on his torso. Most of the figure's black other than that, aside from the orange, of course. He has his white eye painted in there. Let me zoom out a little bit so we get a little bit less... if I can figure out where my zoom is. There we go. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. The orange plastic has a little bit, well, maybe it's just his belt part. It has a little slight metallic-y kind of look. I'm not sure if they dabbed some paint on that or not. Has his little tie back there on the back of his mask. Pretty neat. This is a modern G.I. Joe Snake Eyes sword that it doesn't really fit. It's a little too big. Probably if you go back in your box of extra stuff, you'll have some like 90s G.I. Joe weapons from like the Valor versus Venom line. I think that was like late 90s, early 2000s. So some of those figures might some of those weapons might fit because they're a little chunky. But this guy's actually pretty cool just for the figure. Now he has a couple of accessories we'll look at real quick before we do his articulation. One is this knife, gun, knife thing. Not a whole lot of detail on it. It has a little bit of scribing type line detail in it. It does have the DC Comics Made in China thing on there, country of origin. And it has this little flight thingy, which is just a shell kind of thing. Almost vacuum formed, but it's not injected molded. Has a little bracing in there, that's what that is. I don't know, maybe his gun thing fit up in there? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it is a flying gun knife. It doesn't get more ridiculous than that. More ridiculous than that, kids. You got your Deathstroke there. Fits on the 2 foot pegs. And then the foot pegs aren't standard. They're just like some kind of made up scale. I don't know what they go with. They're too small for the vintage. Or too big, rather. Too big for the vintage size pegs. Is it too big? No, they're too big. Yeah, they're too big. The pegs are too big for, the peg holes are too small for the vintage style 3 3/4 inch peg holes. You know, like the ones that fit on like the old G.I. Joe and Star Wars and some of the newer figures. Or either that one or this one. That's why I have these stands. Yeah, it doesn't fit that. But yeah, other than that, it's a cool little sculpt. He has like a nice swivelly head. He has a shoulder swivel, elbow, single point, no waist. He does have a hip joint there, and he does have a single point knee, and that is it. Still pretty cool. Here's with the Batman, which is like the only other figure that I have out of this line. I just wonder if he'd go well with the Young Justice line. I don't know if he'd fit in with the little 4-inch figures out of those guys. I can't remember exactly what scale they were. I really wish this thing wasn't so hot color-wise. There we go. That looks a little bit better, eh? So yeah, I got that guy. Pretty neat. Let's see, where's the DC Universe Classics Deathstroke? Right there, right behind him. Which is pretty cool. You can see all the similarities on there. He just doesn't have the orange boots. But, you know, they do what they could. Still not a bad representation of the character, if I could talk. My verdict is probably like an 8 out of 10. I'll take off 2 points. One for the crazy gun thing, but it is a kid accessory, so kind of like, yeah, okay, a point. and then a point just for price. Like, it could have been cheaper. Like, you see the 5 point of articulation Star Wars figures. They have, like, apps, 5 points of articulation, and the decent sculpt, and they're $5.99. This guy was $9.99, maybe even $8.99. I wouldn't have gotten him except there was a 15% coupon, which actually I got 20% off of because they had like a 20% off members coupon thingy. So I got him discounted. So he's like $8. So for $8, he's not bad. I think you kind of get what you pay for with extra articulation compared to other 5 points of articulation figures. So, not bad. 8 points. If you don't have one, and you're kind of into collecting these little guys, or just random Batman stuff in general, DC stuff in general maybe, then get one. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe right there. Blink. Hit the button. And thanks for watching again, and don't stop playing with your toys. Or keep playing with your toys. Play with your toys. If you got toys, play with them. There you go. Deathstroke from the Batman line. Is it just me, or has Hobgoblin lost some weight? No, I'm not the new Orange Power Ranger. Why do you ask? What the? I call it Night Citrus. Dude, if I could facepalm, I would.